Boswell Media Sports.
And welcome in, Whippet fans, to another edition of Kosciusko Whippets Baseball from Boswell Media Sports. Breck Riley coming to you from North Mississippi tonight. It is Game 1 of the 4A North State Championship Series, pitting your Kosciusko Whippets against the Troopers of Mooreville. This is the Premier Medical pregame show, and the coaches and the umpires at home right now going over the ground rules. Coach Cole McBride for the Kosciusko Whippets and Coach Derek Thompson for Mooreville. We got Donald back in the studio there on Golf Course Road. We got Brother Doug Hubbard with us, as always, on the computer to my right, and we got some good baseball ready to go. We also have a number of ways for you to follow along with the broadcast this evening, as always, on your radio dial there in Central Mississippi, 103.7. And on the Breezy 103 app and the Listen Live tab at breezynews.com. So if you're in your vehicle, that's the way to go. But if you're, you're somewhere stationary, at home, on your porch, on your backyard, in your living room, anywhere else, you can find us on the Breezy 103 FM YouTube channel. And those online audio and video streams are brought to you by Frank's Chevrolet. Now we'll give you the starting lineups, brought to you by Holmes Community College. Kosciusko, the visitors tonight. First time in the postseason we've been on the road, Game 1. So we'll give you the Kosciusko Whippet lineup first. It will be leading things off, the junior in left field, Brooks Q and Reese Atkinson. The junior will bat second. He'll be the designated hitter. Left-handed hitting first baseman, a senior, Aiden Howard, will bat third. Carson Filial bats fourth. He'll play the hot corner at third base. The junior, Jackson Schuler, he'll bat fifth, and he'll be catching. Brendan Truss will bat sixth, and he'll play shortstop. I'll get a change in the lineup here. Christian Thrash getting a start here in this ball game. He'll bat seventh, play right field. Braxton Smith is going to be in the lineup, batting eighth and playing second base. Yeah, that might be a surprise to some of you as it was to me. Bradley Goss will bat ninth, and he'll be in center field. So if Braxton Smith is playing second, who's on the mound? That would be the junior left-hander, J.D. Cummins. So it goes Q and Atkinson, Howard, Filial, Schuler, Truss, Thrash, Smith, Goss, and Cummins on the mound. For the home team, the Mooreville Troopers coming in with a record of 26-7, 7-1 on the season. They are the district champions of District 2. And they will start things off with Major Floyd batting in the number one spot. He'll play center field. And then you got the McDaniels brothers. Eli, the younger brother, he'll bat second. He's a freshman. He'll catch. His older brother will be on the mound, the junior, Mr. Baseball in 4A. Second year in a row that Mooreville has had Mr. Baseball in 4A. Last year was Coach Thompson's son, Brody, who's playing up the road at Awamba Community College, one of the two, Itawamba or Northeast, one of those two. But Wyatt McDaniels, he'll pitch and bat third. Cooper Goff will bat fourth. He'll play shortstop. Ethan Cates will bat fifth. He'll be your first baseman. Dawson McMillan bats sixth, and he'll be in left field, the bottom third of the order. Carson Hicks bats seventh, plays second base. Jet Hussey will bat eighth and play right field. It's Carter Barefoot who will bat ninth and play third base. No designated hitter for the Troopers, as everyone that's in the batting order will be playing in the field. So Floyd, Eli McDaniels, Wyatt McDaniels, Goff, Cates, McMillan, Hicks, Hussey, and Barefoot. And as we said, those starting lineups brought to you by Holmes Community College. We owe you the Atala County Co-op field conditions and weather report. I don't know, I think it might be raining back there in Atala County. It rained on us a little bit coming up the Natchez Trace. But here it's the Chamber of Commerce Day in Lee County as we get ready for the first pitch thrown out by a state champion from the Mooreville track team. It's 67 degrees, and you might have a gust up to about 10 miles an hour, but right now, no real wind, and the sun is out. Field looks great. It's in good condition for early May. I'm not sure how much rain they've had up here. You know, it was pretty dry in central Mississippi for a while, and then it seems like it has rained nonstop. But those are your field conditions and weather report brought to you by the Atala County Co-op. But the first pitch being thrown out by a member of the Mooreville track team. As I understand, he won the 800-meter 3 years in a row. That's 2,400 meters. I don't think you could put together as much as I've run in my life, and it wouldn't be up to 2,400. But good for him. He had all three of his medals around his neck out there. So hats off. Did not get that young man's name, but to win 3 straight state championships in the 800 meters, that is a tall task. So congratulations to him. But taking a look at Mooreville, they've come up from 3A. This is I believe, the 4th or 5th year in a row. I have it in my notes somewhere. I think it's the 4th year in a row that they have made it to the North State Championship. Last year they made it all the way to the championship, and they lost to Seminary. And that was 3A, not 4A. So they jumped up to 4A this year, but still continuing to, have that great pedigree and great history, as they have a number of state championships. They have 9 state championships in total and 15 North State championships. 37 district titles, and I just said 4 straight trips to North State as they lost the 3A championship to the Bulldogs of Seminary. They've got all the championships written across the center field wall, so I can tell you about them. 76, 78, 87, 92, 94, 2001, 2002, 2015, and 2017. Hey, 2017, they won it in baseball and softball that year. So, yeah, Mooreville's got a powerhouse program up here, and they're looking to make it back to the state championship. Kosciusko is in the North State Championship Series for the first time since 2018. Made it in 2018 and then back in 2012. So it's a little bit of, I'm not going to say totally new territory for the Whippets, but these Whippets have come in with a record of 23-9, champions of Region 4. I believe we're done with the starting lineups here at the field, and we'll step aside for our national anthem. We'll be back after this with more Whippets baseball from Boswell Media Sports.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Pawpaw, where are you at?
Miles, I'm fixing to go flying.
Wait a minute, Pawpaw. I can't go fishing, but you can go flying?
I guess you're right, Miles. If you can't go fishing, I can't go flying. We've got to get to selling some cars. And with rebates and discounts, never been better than today at Frank's Chevrolet GMC here in Kosciusko.
Shop us online at frankchevy.com.
Or come see us on Highway 35 North. Tell them Miles sent you. All right, Miles, you can go fishing now.
Pawpaw, I got one and it's huge.
Frank Chevrolet GMC, Highway 35 North in Kosciusko.
Chevrolet.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson.
I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Boswell Media Sports.
And welcome back in to Kosciusko Whippets baseball from Boswell Media Sports. The national anthem has been played. Nice Alan Jackson rendition of the national anthem. Fortunately, Alan Jackson wasn't here to perform it, but it was still a recording of the country crooner Alan Jackson, so that was nice. But we're ready for baseball. That's a wrap on the Premier Medical pregame show. We're counting you down to the Central Electric Power Association first pitch of the ball game, and it will be Mr. Baseball on the mound for the Mooreville Troopers. That is Wyatt McDaniels. So taking a look at what he has done on the mound this season for this Trooper ball club. 51 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up just 28 hits, 12 runs. Here's the kicker, just 4 earned runs. He has struck out 95 and only walked 16. His fastball can get up to mid-80s. Other 2 pitches he has, a curveball and a changeup. So he'll face this Whippet lineup. Leading things off for Kosciusko will be the junior, the left fielder. That is Brooks Kewen. So Kewen, the lefty, stepping in against the right-handed pitching Wyatt McDaniels. So we are just about ready to go. McDaniels, first pitch, pull to the right side. Hicks will get to it. Underhand toss over to first base. 1 pitch and 1 out. But that Central Electric Power Association first pitch comes at 7:33 p.m. So 4-3 on the putout. And it will be Reese Atkinson, the designated hitter, coming to the plate. Of course, we've talked about Reese, banged up with that arm. Not able to throw, but he can hit. And he's been getting back in the lineup, getting more reps. As he takes fastball right down the middle for strike 1 from McDaniels. McDaniels, that's a curveball that time. They must have caught the outside edge for strike 2. So McDaniels working quickly here. As Atkinson down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Stayed outside on that one, ball 1. First innings for Whippets baseball are brought to you by Pickles Drugstore. No score here in the early goings. And there's a Farm Bureau foul ball as Atkinson sent that one back into the screen. Speaking of Farm Bureau, big thanks to James Metters of Italic County Farm Bureau, paying for the first 50 students tomorrow to get in for free for game 2. So definitely take advantage of that, students. He stays alive again at the plate, does Reese Atkinson. They did something similar here for Mooreville. There were some, I don't know if it was parents or if it was a company or something, but they paid for the first 50 students here tonight to get in for free. But Kosciusko said they didn't want to be outdone, so it'll be like that tomorrow night back in Italic County. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's the breaking ball, and it stayed up on the junior, Reese Atkinson. So McDaniels getting a sign from his younger brother. Taking his time here. Now he comes set. Here's the 2-2. Another foul ball. Sent off to the right. That's over there towards the football field. And when I say football field, it backs right up to the baseball field. Whippets in the first base dugout as the visitors. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's hit back up the middle. Getting to it is Goff, sliding. Atkinson throws, Atkinson took one off the ear as he is safe at first base. Probably be ruled an error, but Atkinson goes down. He'll be safe. But the ball kicked up off of the turf or off of the base and caught Atkinson up around the ear. So we're going to get some training staff over there to tend to him as Coach McBride, Coach Dew, and it looks like a trainer from Mooreville. And I think some medical staff going to walk down there and take a look at the junior. Yeah, just one of those situations where it was Goff got to it. He slid, and he forced the throw. It was low, and Cates tried to scoop it up. And when he tried to scoop, it just bounced up and perfectly caught Atkinson on the side of the face there. So he's still being tended to down that first base line. Coach Thompson going to walk out there and take a look at the junior and tell you what we'll do. We'll step aside for a break while they come back. No score here early in the first inning, taking an injury timeout.
Looking for more than just fuel? At Dickerson Petroleum Transportation and Services, we deliver, and it doesn't stop at the pump. Need tank installation or specialized solutions? We've got you covered from Mississippi to Alabama and Louisiana. And if you're searching for a rewarding career, ask about employment opportunities at Dickerson Petroleum. Hungry on the go? Swing by Kangaroo Crossing for a snack or a quick meal. Dickerson Petroleum. Let us fuel your success. Drive in or call us today, because with Dickerson, you get service that goes the extra mile.
Hello, spring! And hello, Sullivan's Boutique. If your closet's ready for a little sunshine, you'll love the beautiful prints and fresh new styles arriving daily. From casual days to special spring celebrations, there's something waiting just for you. Shop in-store for that full boutique feel, or browse anytime at shopsullivans.com. You'll even find beautiful E. Newton jewelry and trendy home decor to brighten up both you and your space. Plus, free local pickup when you order online. And don't forget, take 15% off online with code SPRING15. Sullivan's Boutique. Fresh style, fresh season.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Boswell Media Sports.
And we're back here at Rex Berryman Stadium at Bud Talley Field in Game 1 of this North State Championship Series. Reese Atkinson, the junior, still being tended to down beyond the first base line. If you're just now tuning in, Reese was the second batter of the ball game. Had a little chopper up the middle to shortstop. Goff played it, and when he threw to first base, it bounced to the first baseman. Cates couldn't pick it out of the dirt, and it came off of the bag and caught Atkinson up around the facial area. All we know right now, but there's medical staff out there that taking care of him. He's up on his knees, right? So I said, well, don't want to speculate on anything like that, but as I said, we do have medical staff taking care of him. But the McDaniels boys are going to stay warm as it's Wyatt McDaniels on the mound and his brother Eli there behind home plate. Wyatt McDaniels on the mound, Eli behind the plate. Cates at first base, Hicks at second, Goff at shortstop, Barefoot at third base, McMillan in left, Floyd in center, and Hussey in right field. This is game number 1, best of 3 series. We'll be back in Kosciusko tomorrow for game 2, and that is a 7 o'clock start, a 7:30 first pitch here, because as you heard Coach Mack talk about on the coaches show this week, that the 7 o'clock start time, the sun is bad on the pitcher and, or I should say on the catcher and on the batter. Was also bad on the broadcaster because, I mean, we're looking right into the sun, but It's a nice night here, but you can understand why this game got started later at 7:30. Well, the other half of the bracket is West Lauderdale and Poplarville. They are playing that game down in Collinsville this evening. Hope to have you some updates on that. I've got boots on the ground, the coaching friend that coaches for the football team there for the West Lauderdale Knights. So hopefully we can give you some updates on that. But that's where it is. We're in the Final Four. So Kosciusko, Mooreville, or Poplarville, West Lauderdale. West Lauderdale is the defending 4A state champ. So West Lauderdale looking to get back to the state championship. Mooreville technically looking to get back to the state championship, although last year it was the 3A state championship they went to. And Kosciusko trying to make it there for the first time since 1974. And I don't know Poplarville's history of baseball championships, but I can tell you in 1974, Kosciusko played Poplarville in that state championship. So there's a lot of fun stories that we could come up with here. But as it is, Reese Atkinson has stood up. He got a nice round of applause from the many fans that have made their way here to Mooreville on a beautiful night. And good to see that Atkinson he takes a little jog down towards the foul pole. He'll turn around and come back. And looks like he's going to be okay. He'll be able to stay in the ball game. That's good news for the Kosciusko Whippets. Coach Mack will give him one last pep talk, and the umpire will talk to him. Give him an old pat on the back. And Coach Mack will take his place back over at third base, and maybe we're ready for baseball. A little bit of excitement here early in the Pickles Shrug Store first inning. But after all is said and done, it'll be an E6, and Whippets will have a runner at first base, 1 out in the inning. And Aiden Howard, the Whippets' power-hitting first baseman, lefty, up at the plate. Facing off against Wyatt, McDaniel switching to the stretch right here. The right-hander throws. Leaves it up and out for ball 1. A little bit of a delay there. So McDaniels stayed warm by doing some tosses with his brother there. McDaniels throws. That one's low in the dirt. Atkinson's going to try to take second base, and he is safe. The throw was to the right side of the bag, is there in time, but Goff could not hold on to it. He popped the ball out of his glove, so Atkinson would have been out. But Goff did not control it. So pitch was low for a ball. So it's 2-0 count to Aiden Howard, the lefty. The Whippets have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the first inning. McDaniels will check the runner at second. Now we'll go to the plate. Low ball 3. 3-0 count to the Whippets batter Aiden Howard. No score here in the first inning. Don't think Howard would be swinging right here with a 3-0 count. And as it is, it comes right down the middle. But now you got the dangerous hitters count at 3-1. A lot of options here if you're the Whippets and one of the better hitters on the team, Aiden Howard, with the .366 batting average. Throws to the plate, pulls it up the right side, but it'll roll foul. So Cates gave it a good run, but it was a Farm Bureau foul ball. So McDaniels has battled back. He got behind 3-0. But he got 2 strikes on Aiden Howard now. Carson Filial on deck. Whippets are going ahead and getting J.D. Cummins loose down there, taking some warm-up tosses. This will be on the mound here in the bottom of the frame. Here's the 3-2. Hot shot foul ball over to the third base side. Hit off the screen. Whippets going with the black tops tonight. That's kind of been their road uniform. Black tops, maroon numerals, maroon Kosciusko written across the chest, gray pants with the black pinstripe, a black hat with a maroon K on it. They'll say time is called by Aiden Howard. First, I thought it was a balk. But they say Howard called for time. For Mooreville, they're going with the all-white uniforms. As McDaniels throws another 3-2 pitch. Hit hard down the right field line, going a long way, but a long way foul. As that one went about 308 feet. The right field line is 300. Just a little too far to the right. But, yeah, the Troopers, their colors are green and white. So white tops, white pants, green pinstripes, green numerals. And they have Mooreville written across the chest in green. Here's another 3-2. That's low, ball 4. Good at bat by Aiden Howard. It'll be the first walk from Wyatt McDaniels. Just 17th walk issued of the season for this very talented junior. Carson Filial, the Whippets' third baseman, will be at the plate with runners at first and second. Filial, a 360 hitter coming into the game. Third on the team in runs driven in with 28. He's got a couple of runners out there right now he could bring in. Breaking ball, outside ball 1. No score here in the top of the first inning. As the Whippets have something cooking. First pitch was a ground out by Brooks Kewen. After that, the Whippets have gotten McDaniels to throw a lot of pitches. That pitch was fouled off over to the right. Farm Bureau foul ball. A little breeze picking up here at the ballpark. As McDaniels checks the runner. Now he'll throw home. It's a breaking ball that's just not really been working for McDaniels. He's got a lot of movement. It's just not moving into the zone. Finishing off what Mooreville has. They have the green caps with the white M on the bill. 2-1. Swinging, strike 2 as Filio got a little piece of it, fouled it back. Well, it's a 2-2 count to the Whippets' third baseman. Cates was playing in at first base. Now they got the infield back. He expected just the one out here. Infield thinking maybe double play. Daniels throws 2-2. They're going to say no swing. They appeal down to first base. It was a curveball again. That time, good placement by McDaniels. See, he got Filial to almost go around, but he was able to check the swing. It was Eli McDaniels, the catcher, that jumped up and wanted the appeal to first. Umpire asked for it, but it's a full count. Whippets could load them right here. In the dirt, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. The Whippets will have them loaded for the catcher, Jackson Schuler.
Now batting the catcher, number 4, Jackson Schuler.
Whippets trying to draw first blood here, top of the first inning. You have Atkinson at third, Howard at second. Filial at first with only the one out. That time, McDaniels was able to get the curveball that he wanted. You don't fault Schuler for not swinging right there, as McDaniels is kind of having trouble locating. So you take the averages, then he might still have some problems. 0-1. And there's a curveball again, but it stayed up. Already 25 pitches in the inning for Wyatt McDaniels. And so he's been their guy all season long. Jackson Schuler is a .333 hitter. Swings, can't figure out that one. That's a good looking pitch. Way out in front was Schuler on that one. Jackson is second on the team in runs driven in with 29. Trails only the man out at second base. That would be Aiden Howard. 1-2 pitch. Low on the fastball. 2-2. Game like this, you got to take advantage of opportunities if you're Kosciusko. A pitcher like Wyatt McDaniels doesn't give up bases loaded all that often. And Schuler reached to try to get that one. Came up empty. And Schuler goes down swinging. That'll be strikeout number 1 for McDaniels. 2 outs in the inning, and it'll be up to the Whippets shortstop, Brendan Truss. The sophomore's a 250 batter.
Next up, the Whippets shortstop, number 13.
Truss had a couple of hits in that series against North Pontotoc. But McDaniels is swapped back to the windup since the bases are loaded. Ball 1 to Truss. The runners take their leads. Anything through the infield probably gets 2 runs home. Howard's got some, he can leg one out from second. Strike right down the middle of the fastball. 1-1 count to the batter. Lights starting to come on here. The ball field. Here's the 1-1. It's going to roll away from the catcher, Eli McDaniels, and everybody will be able to advance. That was a wild pitch that brought home Reese Atkinson, and the Whippets will be in the lead 1-0. McDaniels, Eli, almost had a play because the backstop's not too far, and it's a brick backstop, so it has some bounce back. But he wasn't able to find it and toss it to his brother covering at home. So it'll be a 2-1 count to Truss. Truss hits one to shortstop. Goff up with it. He'll throw to first for the out, and that will end the frame. But the Whippets will get 1 run on no hits. 1 error and 2 men left on base. Kosciusko leads it 1-0 going to the bottom of the first inning.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko takes a 1-0 lead before the defense ever sets foot on the field. Bottom of the first inning. And it'll be J.D. Cummins, the junior left-hander, on the mound. Throughout the postseason, he's been their number 2 guy. So you think, well, you know, you swap him up. But also, he's pitched on the road both times that Kosciusko's been on the road. So it could be a situation of that. Maybe Coach Mack thinks J.D. handles the road pressure a little bit better than Braxton Smith might, because I said Braxton's been the 1 guy, JD's been the 2. But as it is, JD's had a hot hand. I mean, he's 22 strikeouts in his last 2 outings. So you can't argue that he hasn't, been on had his good stuff. But as I said, it could just be a situation of maybe they like JD on the road and Braxton at home. Either way, the junior going to get the call. 33 innings pitched on the season. He's given up 18 hits, 19 runs, just 11 earned runs. He's walked 80, struck out 60. And as we told you, 22 of those come out in the last 2 games. He's got a 2.3 earned run average. Batters hitting at just 168 against him. So he'll be charged with taming this talented lineup for the Mooreville Troopers, as leading things off will be the senior Major Floyd. He's the center fielder. The senior bats it at .330 on the season. At 23 runs driven in. So he's a good leadoff guy for this club, as the lefty, J.D. Cummins, kicks and delivers. First pitch a little low. Ball 1 to Major Floyd. It'll be Floyd and then the McDaniels. Eli and then Wyatt. That time J.D. finds the strike zone. 1-1. First innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Pickles Drugstore. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's hit in the air to right field. Christian Thrash going back, and he'll make the catch on the run for the first out. Thrash drawing the start out in right field will set the defense for the Whippets. As Eli McDaniels, the catcher, steps up, so he throws right-handed, but going to bat left-handed. So we got lefty-lefty matchup here, and he is the guy in the lineup for this Mooreville squad. A .469 batting average. As Cummins realizes that too, stayed away from him. Pitched it a little outside. .469 average, leads the team in hits, runs driven in, and doubles. He's got 45 hits, 46 runs driven in, and 12 doubles. He's also got 8 home runs. That tells you what he can do. And he's just a freshman. A 1-0 count. Curveball, waited on it, but fouled it off. Showed a lot of patience there for a freshman, but some of the Mooreville folks I talked to say that younger brother right here might be eventually better than older brother. Now, older brother doesn't want to hear that. He's on deck right there. Don't tell him that, but that's what they say around here in Mooreville. As he rolls one to second base, Smith will get up with it, going to fire to first in time for the out. 2 outs in the inning. Good play by Smith at second base. 4-3 on the putout. Well, you go from, as we like to say, out of the frying pan and into the fire, because now Wyatt McDaniels, the older brother, who's a .333 hitter, is going to be at the plate. And he leads the team in home runs. He's got 9 home runs on the season. J.D. will give him his first offering, pops him up high out of play, and Schuler does say that it's going to run out of play, so it's a Farm Bureau foul ball. Got an update for you from Collinsville. I ain't got a close one. If this is right, 0-0 in the top of the 6th from Collinsville. That was West Lauderdale and Pomperville. That's the 4A South State series. That's a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Kosciusko saw West Lauderdale back at the beginning of April, took 2 games from the Knights. But in the postseason, the Knights have been playing about as good as baseball as you can imagine. I mean, they didn't give any runs in their quarterfinal games. That one's low, ball 2. Yeah, I think it was 9-0 and 8-0 that West Lauderdale shut out Greene County. No, Poplarville beat Greene County. Sorry. West Lauderdale, to get back to my bracket, as that ball's popped up for strike number 2. It gets out of play. A few Whippets gave it a run. Truss at shortstop and Phil at third, but they quickly ran out of real estate. So 2-2 the count. Kosciusko with the lead, 1-0 here in the home half of this first inning. But you got Cummins on the mound, Schuler behind the plate, Howard at first, Smith at second. It's Truss at shortstop, Phil at third. Left to right in the outfield, it goes Kewen, Goss, and Thrash. And they're all shifted to the left. 2-2 pitch. Maybe just a little bit up and out. So count goes full to Wyatt McDaniels. If he can reach and keep the inning going, Cooper Goff will be at the plate. And here is the 3-2. That will be upstairs for ball 4. It'll be the first walk for Cummins. We'll see if McDaniels is going to run. Nope. we will get a courtesy runner. Looks like a Ty Thompson. Going to come in and run. Ty Thompson is a sophomore. But a runner at first base. And the batter will be Cooper Goff, the senior. He's a .318 batter. Got 24 runs driven in. He actually leads the team in runs scored with 38. He's got 4 home runs. And he lines one into left field. It's down for a hit. Off the wall, Kewen's got it. And they're going to hold the runner at third base. First pitch swinging for Goff. It'll be runners at second and third. And 2 outs. Oh, just a great piece of hitting from Cooper Goff. It goes down as a double. And Ethan Cates will be up at the plate, the first baseman. Will try to either tie the game for the Troopers or give them the lead. But Cates taking a look at his numbers. .286 hitter. And he's got some home run pop. He's got 6 on the season. He's also got 32 runs driven in. He's your typical first baseman. He's a big, well-built right-handed batter. And he swings at the first one. Comes up empty. A high fastball there from J.D. Cummins. Whippets lead at 1-0. Bottom of the first inning here for Mooreville. Cummins, the left-hander, is waiting on the signal, but the batter calls for time. I like the way these umpires say time. They really get it vocalized so that you know what's going on. You don't just do one little short hand motion. But here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball about eye level for ball 1. 1-1 count. If you're wondering, no, we haven't had a 64-minute first inning. We started at 7:30. Those that may be just wondering why it's only 1-0 and we're still in the first inning. But swinging strike 2 as Cates was over the top of that one. But started at 7:30, and we did have a little bit of a delay. There was an injury timeout for Reese Atkinson. Took a ball off the face. He was tended to for about 5 to 10 minutes. But here's the 1-2 pitch. It'll be a slow roller to shortstop. Truss gets it. He'll throw to first in time for the out. And the Whippets get out of the inning unscathed. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. 1 inning in the books, and Kosciusko leads it 1-0.
In every sport, the goal is to be the very best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We strive hard to make every policy, quote, and claim a highlight. Our goal is to be your MVP. That's your most valuable protection on auto, home, commercial, and life insurance needs. The championship service from your Alpha lineup is consistently improving to score you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Call us today at 662-289-1024 or stop by our office at 235 North Madison Street in Kosciusko and visit our team of Jennifer Bruce, Diane Edwards, or myself, Chris Coleman, and allow us the opportunity to take the insurance playing field with you. We want you on our team at Alpha, the Chris Coleman Agency in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. The Whippets in this inning will send the bottom third of the order to the plate. 7, 8, and 9. Christian Thrash, Braxton Smith, and Bradley Goss. Wyatt McDaniels still on the mound for the Mooreville Troopers. Christian Thrash getting his first start here in the postseason. Get his numbers up. A .240 hitter on the season and 41 at-bats. But yeah, getting the start out in right field. Well, Whippets will go with, let's see, this will be, what, I was going to say back-to-back lefties, but no, they moved Bradley Goss down in the lineup to number 9. Goss has been hitting in the 8 spot, so Christian Thrash will be a lefty, and then a righty in Braxton Smith and then Bradley Goss. So McDaniels, first pitch is low. Ball one. Second innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Chris Coleman of Alpha Insurance. The ball's popped up to the left side of the infield, drifting foul. Barefoot gave it a good chase, but ran out of room. Now the Mooreville Troopers in the third base dugout with the traditional home team. Whippets at first base, and a lot of room. I say a lot of room. A lot of Whippet fans. And that fastball stayed outside. Some of the Trooper fans maybe didn't think so. But yeah, earlier we were talking about the football field backing right up to the baseball field, and I'm not joking, as here's the 2-1 pitch. Be fouled back into the screen for strike two. Someone is leaning up against the goalpost over some of the Whippet fans on the right side. There's not a lot of room between the fence for baseball and the fence behind the goalpost for football. But yeah, someone's leaning up on the goalpost off to our right. So yeah, his back's right up to it. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a strike three called, and that'll be strikeout number 2 for Wyatt McDaniels. And it'll be Braxton Smith, the Whippets' second baseman, right-hander, coming up to the plate. Not a lot of at-bats, as you know, he's been dealing with that injury. There's big cut at the first pitch, strike one. Smith, a 400 batter, as we said, but only 9 plate appearances. And he looks at strike two. McDaniels settling in. He got some location issues in the top of the first, but he's been solid and steady here in this inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That ball will be hit in the air to right field, but right to Hussey. Had him shaded just correctly, didn't even really have to move. So first two go down, and it's Bradley Goss, the Whippets center fielder, who will come up. Trying to get the Whippets back to the top of the order so they can extend their 1-0 lead. Bradley Goss, 321 hitter. Not bad for your number 9 hole spot. First pitch swinging will be a pop-up, a foul ball over our heads. We have a good setup here tonight. Here behind home plate in the press box, thanks to the folks from Mooreville. I know a couple of the folks up this way. Another foul ball. That one will be hit over the third base dugout. Came up here in 2018 with the Kosciusko Whippets softball team. That was the year I think Whippets won the first softball state championship. 0-2 pitch stayed outside. So got to talking to Coach Long. He was an assistant coach on that softball team. He's a principal here now. I got to talk to him before the game. 1-2 pitch, a big swooping curveball, freezes Goss, and it's 3 up, 3 down for the Whippets in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 1-0, Kosciusko as we go to the bottom of the third inning.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Boswell Media Sports.
It is Kosciusko 1, Mooreville nothing as we get ready for the bottom of the second inning. 6, 7, and 8 come to the plate for the Troopers. Dawson McMillan, the left fielder, will lead things off. It's J.D. Cummins, the junior left-hander, tossing it on the mound for the Whippets second innings. For Kosciusko Baseball here in the postseason, brought to you by Chris Coleman of Alpha Insurance. But Dawson McMillan, he is playing left field. And on the season, a .217 batter. He's just a sophomore. If this goes to a game 3, you might see him get on the mound. He can get you some innings. I think he pitched in that game 3 against Corinth. I'll have to go back and look at my notes, but I believe he did. And Cummins' first pitch to him is right down the middle for strike 1. The Mooreville softball team eliminated in that previous round of this. They went 3 games with Amory. That pitch is outside, ball 1. So rather than splitting the fan base and having, some fans with softball and some fans with baseball, we got mostly all the Mooreville folks are here. As Cummins comes back down the middle for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dawson McMillan. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging strike 3. That's the first Dickerson Petroleum strikeout for J.D. Cummins. Dickerson Petroleum, let us fuel your journey. Carson Hicks, the second baseman, will be up at the plate. He's a sophomore. A .206 batting average. I think they lost, 2 or 3 guys off of that state champion runner-up team last year. As Hicks is a lefty, looks at a strike on the outside corner. Oh, there's the 0-1. That's a big breaking ball, but able to check the swing was Hicks. Yeah, Brody Thompson was Mr. Baseball last year for Mooreville. He graduated. And Van Harrington, it was another one of their stars off that team from last year. So they brought back a good nucleus from that North State Championship team. That pitcher's outside. That one comes down the middle for ball. Strike 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, Cummins looking for back-to-back strikeouts. And that one stayed outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another update for you from Collinsville, still scoreless. And I was just told that someone had a no-hitter going. I don't know if it was Collinsville, if it was West Lauderdale or Poplarville, but I was told the no-hitter got broken up in the 7th. There's a swinging foul ball back into the screen. Farm Bureau foul ball. So, yeah, we'll continue to update you on that one. A couple of close games. What you expect in North and South State Championship Series is Kosciusko still with the 1-0 lead. And Hicks able to stay alive at the plate again. Foul another one off. On deck, you got Jet Hussey, the sophomore right fielder. 3-2 pitch is low. Ball 4. Second walk issued by J.D. Cummins. And it will indeed be Jet Hussey up at the plate. Hussey's a sophomore, batting at just around 152. Talking to some of their folks before the game, saying the bottom of the order's been struggling a little bit here in the postseason. Decent lead out at first base for Hicks. As Cummins working from the stretch now. He'll lift the leg and throw over to first base. No sign of bunting. Sometimes you do that just to see if the batter would square around to bunt, but Hussey did not show a bunt. Fastball up. Ball 1. The Troopers had runners on second and third, with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. The Whippets got out of it on a ground out to shortstop. Thinking maybe a double play ball right here would be what the Whippets want. And another throw over to first from Cummins. So Cummins sets and throws. Comes right down the middle. 4 strike, 1-1. There's a big pitch there from JD. Had some trouble locating. Get that one back just for morale's sake. So we got a 1-1 pitch. Coming inside with the fastball. 2-1. Second innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Chris Coleman of Alpha Insurance. Rhythmic applause from that Mooreville dugout off to our left. Another one that comes inside for ball 3. 3-1. The count. The hitter's count for the number 8 hitter in the lineup, Jed Hussey. Look at a ball 4 chant. This throw over to first base. Kosciusko clinging to a 1-0 lead in the home half of the second. Three-1. Comes down the middle for a strike. Needed that one. It's a full count. Got a standing room only crowd over on the right side for the Whippet fans. You know, Whippet fans travel well. Of course, it's a Friday, not a Thursday, that they've had to come on the road. So they're sleep in a little bit. 3-2 pitch, swinging, strike 3. Second Dickerson Petroleum strikeout of the ball game, second of the inning for J.D. Cummins. And I think maybe Hussey got a slight piece of it. It sounded like it might have tipped, but either way, it tipped into the glove of Jackson Schuler, and it is out number 2, Carter Barefoot, the junior third baseman, right-hander, 238 hitter. Steps up and a throw over to first. This time it is Hicks who has to dive back in. 2 outs now for the Whippets. Whippets love to get the out right here. Don't let the top of the order come up with anybody on base. This Cummins throws a strike. Just right down Main Street. 0-1. Good-looking ballpark here. Kind of short down in left field, though. As that pitch stays up and out. Ball 2 is, it's a 292 out in left field by the foul pole. 300 down in right field. I think Kosciusko in left field's, 305 down there by the foul pole. They got 350 out in dead center field, but got that tall wall out there. 325 in right center, 335 in left center. Fastball taken for strike 2. But as we told you, they got the big state champs, all of them written across that center field wall. If you're watching on the Frank Chevy video stream, you might be able to make out that writing out there in center field. Looks like we got some fans out there standing above the T and the E. That's upstairs for ball 2. For my Mississippi State fans, they're standing above the another T in state champs. I see some students out there. So now I'm going to be curious if there's a deck back there that they can stand on, or if they're got them a ladder or got them a tall truck or what. We're going to have to sort that out. Either way, here's a 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Whippet fans thought it might have been strike. They did look a little inside to me. But you got a 3-2 count with 2 outs, so the runner at first base is going to be moving on the pitch here. Third straight batter that Cummins has gone to a full count on. Need this one, otherwise the top of the order is up. It is a roller to shortstop. Truss will get it. He'll throw, and that is out at first base. So, long throw from Truss, good stretch from Howard, but it is no runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left through 2 complete. Kosciusko still leads it 1-0.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Boswell Media Sports.
As we start the top of the 3rd inning, Kosciusko will have the top of the order. 1, 2, and 3. Brooks Kewen, Reese Atkinson, and Aiden Howard coming to the plate. They have a 1-0 lead. Wyatt McDaniels still on the mound for the Mooreville Troopers. 3rd innings for Whippets baseball are brought to you by Sunstar Insurance. Brooks Kewen, first pitch he saw, he swung at, and he grounded it out to second base. You get a little bit more time to work against the junior Mr. Baseball. That time he does not swing. That's a ball 1 low. Lefty Kewen does swing at that one, but he pokes it foul over the third base dugout. Farm Bureau foul ball. An update for you from Collinsville. The Hornets of Poplarville take a 1-0 lead in that one in the top of the 7th. Kewen takes a fastball strike. He didn't think so. Neither did most of the maroon and white fans gathered here. But it's a 1-2 count to the Whippets leadoff batter. That one's in the dirt, ball 2. 2-2 count. Good to see Atkinson there in the on-deck circle. He took one off the nose or somewhere in the face off a ball that skipped off of first base back in the 1st inning. 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a called strike 3. Either way, called or didn't able to check the swing, but it will be strikeout number 4 for Wyatt McDaniels. And Reese Atkinson at the plate. Atkinson reached on an error and came around to score. Takes a curveball for a strike. Yeah, what happened there was he hit one up the middle. Cooper Goff got to it and threw it low to first base. Cates, when he went to pick it out, it either hit off of his glove as Atkinson swings over a curveball and strike 2. And it bounced off of the bag or off of a glove or a foot or something. It came up and hit Atkinson in the face. And he was down for, I said, maybe 5 or 10 minutes while he was tended to. 0-2 pitch, fastball low. But, yeah, good to see that Atkinson's still there. But, yeah, he stayed in and came home to score on a wild pitch. 1-2. That'll be a called strike. That's 3 strikeouts in a row dating back to the 2nd inning for Wyatt McDaniels. He's got 5 now. Aiden Howard, the lefty, first baseman. Up to him, he reached on a walk. His first at bat. Yeah, Wyatt McDaniels is rolling. And he opens with that curveball. At that time, stayed in the dirt. But we gave you the pitching stats on McDaniel early before the game. or in the first inning, I should say, is another one that goes in the dirt for ball 2. On the season's just given up 4 earned runs, and that's still the case because that other one was not an earned run because he reached on an error. Well, he still got that intact. But yeah, only 4 earned runs on the season for talented junior. And Howard fouls that one off. 2-1. Carson Filial on deck if Howard can keep this inning going. And Kosciusko trying to find a little bit more runs to extend their lead 1-0. Howard watches that one stay upstairs for ball. Makes it 3-1. So McDaniels gets the sign from his younger brother. And that'll be up for ball 4. That's the 3rd base on balls for the pitcher, McDaniels. And it is Carson Filial who will be at the plate. Filial was also issued a walk. His only other at-bat back in the first inning. Whippets trying to get something going with 2 outs here. The first 2 batters were victims of Wyatt McDaniels' strikeouts. I think you see a pitcher like McDaniels get into his groove here. You think maybe that delay threw him off a little bit in the first inning. But since then, he has been solid. Fastball outside. But yeah, you look at what happened after that lengthy delay, after that error. It was back-to-back walks, and then a strikeout, and then the pass ball or the wild pitch. So sometimes pitchers don't like those, injury delays. They kind of mess with you. Swinging strike 1 there from Filial. But Whippets were able to take advantage and get that 1 run on a wild pitch. There's the 1-1 throw. That's out of the zone is what I'll say. 2 balls, 1 strike. Might have been a little bit low and outside. I'm not 100% sure. Didn't look too bad from my vantage point, but the Whippets will definitely take a ball 2 in that situation with a 2-1 count. That one, no doubt about it. McDaniels comes right back with a fastball right down the middle. 2-2. Two count to the Whippets' 3rd baseman, Carson Filial. In the bottom of this frame, the Troopers will have the top of the order coming up. Here's the 2-2 swinging. Strike 3, and that's it. So besides 1 walk in the middle, striking out the side was Wyatt McDaniels. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base for Kosciusko. They still lead it 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
It'll be the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kosciusko with a 1-0 lead over Mooreville. The Troopers will send the top 3 in the batting order to the plate. 3rd innings for Whippets baseball are brought to you by Sudstar Insurance. And we got a final for you from Collinsville. Poplarville takes game 1 1-0. That they go into Collinsville, at the Kingdom, not an easy place to play, and they get a 1-game lead on the series. So they'll play game 2 tomorrow in Poplarville for a chance to go to the state championship. So the Poplarville Hornets get the win 1-0. As J.D. Cummins throws a fastball to Major Floyd. Floyd, 0 for 1, popped out to right field, his first at bat. Floyd, the center fielder, pulls that one into the gap at shortstop. Truss gets it, throws to first, and they're going to say out at first base. Great play by Truss. I thought that Floyd was going to be able to outrun it, but deep in the hole at shortstop. A great throw and a great pick at first base by Aiden Howard. It will be Eli McDaniels, the catcher, the younger of the two McDaniels brothers. He grounded out to Braxton Smith at second base. I think J.D. Cummins doesn't like the ball, wants a new one. So, right there. But, yeah, Eli McDaniels, the left-handed batting catcher, throws right-handed, but bats left-handed. Started as an 8th grader last year. Ducks out of the way of one right there. High ball 1. Yeah, he started as an 8th grader. Also, Wyatt McDaniels. He's a junior now, but he has started since he was an 8th grader. Tells you how good the brothers are. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And where's that one on the elbow? Well, that'll be a hit by pitch. Most likely get a courtesy runner. He is the catcher. Unless they. Never mind. Looks like he's going to stay in the run for himself, but he'll get 10-2 by the training staff. He got one on the elbow. There's Coach Thompson, and trainer walks out over there. Look at him. But yeah, we talk about the McDaniels boys, about how talented they are, but they got a good pedigree. Their dad played baseball at Ole Miss, if you remember. Rusty McDaniels, back in the early, I think 2001, 2002-ish era. Played at Meridian Community College and then at Ole Miss. So, your dad plays college baseball. You got it in your blood there. And as I said, the Eli, the one on first base, just a freshman. So, promising future for both of these young players. But, yeah, Eli looks like he's going to be okay. But also, that's not something you see too often. The catcher stays in to run for himself. But I will say this. He got down the line quickly on that first play that he got grounded out to Braxton Smith. He legged it out pretty good. You're not used to seeing a catcher that fast. They just have the reputation for being some of the slower guys on the team. But McDaniel says, not me. But his older brother is at the plate right now. He'll take ball 1 low. Wyatt McDaniels he walked his first at bat. Reached all the way to third. Well, he didn't reach all the way to third. The runner came in for him, reached all the way to third before the Whippets got out of the inning. That ball bounces to the plate, rolls off of Schuler over to the left side, and Eli McDaniels will be able to advance up to scoring position. So now the tying run out at second base. I know some of these guys play on travel ball teams together, so you see Braxton Smith and Eli McDaniels out there kind of joking around. I believe Rigby plays with the McDaniels boys on a travel team, Braden Rigby. So a lot of these guys, all friends on the weekends when they're not playing each other. Popped up left field, a long run for Kewen, but it's going to get out of play. Well, as it is, it's just a long strike. A Farm Bureau foul ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike to the batter Wyatt McDaniels, 1 out in the inning. Kosciusko with a 1-0 lead. Cummins, the lefty, on the mound for the Whippets. He's been the game 2 guy, but getting the start here tonight. As he and Schuler are working through some signs here. And, yep, Wyatt McDaniels will call for time. But yeah, North and South State Championships starting today. Some games might have started last night because of, weather and things like that. Some might be delayed, unfortunately, with all the weather in South Mississippi. Some of those games may be delayed because of what happened. Ball is up, or ball 3-1. The count to Wyatt McDaniels. So, dangerous situation here for Kosciusko with one of the best hitters on the team and a 3-1 hitters count. And it is hit to the left side of the infield. Truss will get to it. He'll try to make a long throw, and they say safe at first base. So that was going to be hard to get McDaniels running down the line. Truss did a good job just to get to it and keep the runner at third. So we'll have runners at the corners with only one out, and we'll get a visit to the mound from pitching coach Wesley Dew as Thompson looks like he'll come back in and run for Wyatt McDaniels at first base. But, yeah, Truss went deep in the gap at shortstop to get that one. And I'll be honest, did a good job just to make it a close play at first base. I didn't think they would be close at all. But made a great throw. But now the Troopers have something going. Runners at first and third. And dangerous hitter at the plate, Cooper Goff. He's got the only hit of the night for Mooreville. The first pitch he saw, he sent to left field. And he got a double out of it. So, in fact, he's got the only hit of the ball game because the Whippets don't have any hits. Whippets have reached on walks and errors. So Whippets are hoping for a double play right here, but you got to turn it because if you don't, it's going to be a tie ball game. So Cooper Goff, the senior shortstop, as I said, came in batting at .318. That's up now because he got that big double off the wall out in left field. Mooreville got the tying run 90 feet away. First pitch swinging again, but this time Goff fouls it off. So I said that Goff had the only hit of the ball game before that hit from Wyatt McDaniels. That went down as an infield single for him. There's the 0-1. Second pitch fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes. Goff has been at the plate. He's seen 3 pitches, and he swung at all 3 of them. First pitch he saw, he doubled. This at bat, he's fouled him off. So he's made contact every time he swung the bat. See what he does right here. 0-2. He did not swing at that when he thought about it. Good location there from JD. I think that's a good spot. Trying, since someone like Goff, who's been aggressive, he's been swinging and, showing that he wants to move the bat. So he kind of runs him a little bit outside, hoping he'll chase it. But Goff, the senior, showed some patience there as Cummins tosses it over to first base. Kosciusko leading at 1-0 here in the home half of tonight's 3rd inning from Rex Berryman Stadium. Cummins throws, runners going. A hit and run was on, and excuse me swing. Goff fouls it off towards the first base dugout. Now, you could tell that was the hit and run, but Goff decided last second he didn't really want to follow through. He tried to stop it, but he made contact. Credit to Thompson, got a good jump out at first base. But it'll still be 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter Golf. Cummins throws. That one stays way up. 2-2. They say balk. Yeah, not sure what the call was there. But as it is, the run came home to score. That makes it 1-1. Everybody advanced. They say no pitch. Was it I'm guessing they're calling it a balk. That ball's hit deep out into left field. If it stays fair, it's gone. But it's foul. So, Golf got a piece of it. Yeah, so they must have called a balk on Cummins before the throw. Because I have my book is at 2-2. Scoreboard still says 1 ball, 2 strikes. So before the throw, if they say it was a no pitch, as I said, I was looking in my book, making the note. But yeah, we'll have to see what they called. That'll be a called strike 3. That'll be the 3rd Dickerson Petroleum strikeout of the ball game. But we're tied at 1. As Ethan Cates, the first baseman, will be at the plate with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Cates grounded out to shortstop to end the first inning. As Cummins steps off the rubber. Looks the runner back at second. Throws. Curve ball, strike 1. 0-1 count. But Mooreville's tied it up. 1-1. This Cummins with a few looks back at second base, and the batter calls for time. Cummins was taking a long look back at Thompson at second base. Umpire is going to go talk to Coach McBride about something. Oh, I think Braxton Smith. Sunglasses out at second base. Yeah, he had the sunglasses on top of his hat facing forward, so a little bit of could be a glare on the batter or something like that. So that's what the umpire told Coach McBride. So looks like Smith took him and put him behind his head. An 0-1 count. The pitcher's hit foul. No balls, 2 strikes to the batter, Cates. Ethan Cates, 286 hitter, coming into the ball game. As Cummins kicks and throws. Curveball goes back up the middle, off the glove of Smith. It'll score a run, and Mooreville will take the lead. Yeah, Smith hadn't played perfectly, but just off of his glove. So that'll be a single and a run driven in for Cates. That makes it 2-1. Mooreville leading it. Well, Dawson McMillan, the left fielder, coming up, the right-hander, struck out to start the second inning. This will be the 6th batter to come to the plate. He swings at the first one, fouls it off. So 0-1 the count. As Mooreville trying to keep the 2-out rally going. It's the 0-1. Swinging strike 2. Cummins challenged the batter there. Cates, decent lead over at first base. Cummins just thinking about getting the batter out here and trying to get out of this inning. 0-2. It'll be a slow roller to third base. Phil will get it. He'll throw to first for the out. That ends the frame, but Mooreville takes the lead. They get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 2-1. Mooreville leads it as we go to the 4th.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Boswell Media Sports.
We get ready for the 4th inning of play from Rex Berryman Stadium. Mooreville has taken a 2-1 lead over Kosciusko. The Whippets will sit 5, 6, and 7 to the plate. It'll be Jackson Schuler, Brendan Truss, and Christian Thrash. 4th innings for Whippets baseball. Brought to you by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. Jackson Schuler was a strikeout victim, his first at bat. Whippets will be looking for something from him in the leadoff spot. He takes ball 1 low from Wyatt McDaniels. We mentioned that McDaniels had a little bit of a rough go in the first inning, but since then, he's pitched like you expect Mr. Baseball to pitch. 1-0 pitch. That one bounces and hits the front of the plate for ball 2. Speaking of plate, we can a home plate a little off to our right here. That is signed by most of the team. As there's a 2-0 pitch, hit foul. But it was given to Coach Thompson. He got his 300th win about a month ago, April the 10th. His 300th win against Shannon. So the team got a home plate. Signed it. It's here in the press box. Coach Thompson been here for a while. He takes that one up, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to the catcher. Coach Thompson came here in 2012. Called strike 2 there. Make it a full count. Just like Kosciusko, the Troopers went to 3 games in their last series. That's low, ball 4. Whippets will draw a leadoff walk. That's the 4th free pass from Wyatt McDaniels. We'll get a courtesy runner in the form of Kenyon Weatherby, senior, for the Whippets catcher. Brendan Truss will be at the plate, but we will get a visit to the mound. I believe that is going to be pitching coach Adam Hood coming out to talk to his pitcher, Wyatt McDaniels. But yeah, looking at what Mooreville did in the postseason, Tishomingo County, they won game 1 7-0. They got taken to 9 innings in game 2. Tish was a 4 seed. Tish was the 4 seed out of that same region with New Albany and North Pontotoc. And Tish, they lost that one 2-1. So the Troopers go 2-1 in 9 innings. They have no problem with Louisville in round 2, 13-3 and 14-2. And then against the Warriors of Corinth, they got the 10-2 win in game 1. They lost game 2, 4-1. And then earlier this week on Monday night, they lost a close one, 7-6. They went on the road up to Alcorn County and won that one. So that's where That's how they got here. Of course, if you follow the Whippets, you know they took 2 from Byhalia, 2 from New Albany, lost game 1 to North Pontotoc, and then came back and took games 2 and 3. So very, very similar roads here. As third baseman Barefoot's playing in very close here, as McDaniels will step off the rubber and chunk it over to first base. As we told you, a lot of times you do that just to see if the batter squares around a bunt. But as I said, Barefoot's playing in, thinking that Whippets might be trying to play a little small ball here with 2 speedsters at the dish. Ball will be hitting the air to right field. Long run, but it's going to go foul. Hussey not able to get to it. It's just a long Farm Bureau foul ball. But first pitch swinging for the shortstop, Brendan Truss. Truss grounded out to shortstop to end that first inning. Kosciusko trailing at 2-1 here in the early goings of the 4th inning. Another throw over to first. I say toss over to first. That's not a pickoff move. He's just stepping off the rubber and tossing it over there. So it's not like they're trying to get the runner, Weatherby, on a pickoff. But you can get lazy, though. That's one of those things that can lull you to sleep. You can get used to that slow move, and then all of a sudden a fast pickoff move. As Truss tries to call for time, now he lays down a bunt. Cates will get it himself. He falls down, tries to make the tag, and they say he cannot. So a great bunt by Truss, and probably go down as an error at first base, because Cates got to the ball. All he has to do is come and tag Truss, but I'll rule it an E3, and Whippets will have runners at first and second. But you can see that that's what Mooreville might have been thinking Kosciusko was doing. And Truss with the intending to sacrifice there. But Cates just played it well, just tripped up on his feet and not able to tag the runner going by. So Whippets will have Christian Thrash at the plate. No outs, runners at first and second. Thrash will take strike 1. Thrash getting the start in right field, was a strikeout victim. His first at bat. Wyatt McDaniels has 4 strikeouts through 3 innings of work. He's going to show bunt. He tries to lay it up the third baseline, and it rolls foul. Yeah, this is a tailor-made bunt situation right here. 2 fast runners at first and second. And you got a lefty at the plate. It doesn't get much more small ball than this right here. But you got an 0-2. Now you got probably not going to be going for the bunt if you're Thrash and Kosciusko. There's the 0-2 pitch. That'll be hit to the right side, and it's through. They're going to send Weatherby home. Here comes the throw. Not in time. He is safe. Christian Thrash with an RBI single. It had eyes. It got through the infield, and the Whippets tie it at 2. Great piece of hitting from Christian Thrash on an 0-2 pitch. And that's one of those perfect storm scenarios. You had a fast courtesy runner in Weatherby. And credit Hussey. He made a good throw to the home. If that ball's thrown to the left side of the plate, it's a whole lot closer. But as it was thrown on the first base side, so McDaniels had to stop and try to turn around. We got a tie game at 2-2. Still nobody out. Runners at first and third. Braxton Smith at the plate. Smith grounded out his last at bat. Popped out. He hit a fly ball out to right field. He wants to lay down a bunt. And they're going to say foul ball. And so that one fouled off around the front of the plate. The Whippets tie it at 2. Yeah, Brendan Truss at third, Christian Thrash at first. Braxton Smith, the senior, going to be playing his college ball in Meridian, which we expect to see Braxton Smith on the mound tomorrow. I expected him to see him tonight, but he got thrown a curveball. Pun intended. That pitch is a curveball right there, outside 1-1. So infield's playing back right here. Nobody's really scooting up. 1-1. And that's a swinging strike two. Got a little piece of it, but not quite the excuse me swing, but it wasn't a full swing either. You could tell Smith tried to hold it back at the last second, but not able to. Foul tipped it into the glove of Eli McDaniels. That'll make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's in the dirt, blocked up nicely by Eli McDaniels. Probably saved the run. Did the freshman with a curveball that just low. But yeah, with someone like Truss over at third base, you know, he's coming home. Whippets have already scored 1 in the first inning on a wild pitch that got through. 2-2. Swinging strike 3. As he swung through it, got a piece of it, but fouled it off. 5 strikeouts in the game now for Wyatt McDaniels. 1 out in the inning. The Whippets will bring the number 9 hitter up to the plate. That will be Bradley Goss. He struck out looking, did the left-hander, but you got another situation right here where you got a lefty runner at first and third. You could put the old squeeze play on here. Goss shows no signs of bunting. Takes ball 1. Whippets have tied it at 2. Here in the top of the 4th inning from Mooreville. Christian Thrash got some speed. Wouldn't be surprised to see him moving at some point. Goss pops it up on the infield, and it will stay in play. And barefoot makes the catch about 7 feet from the foul line. Well, that will be out number 2. We'll go back to the top of the order. And Brooks Kewen, 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. The Whippets trying to get that go-ahead run home from third base. As the lefty Kewen takes a fastball up. Christian Thrash will take second with no throw. Well, it helps the Whippets out. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position if Kewen's able to find anything through the infield. Whippets in the dugout getting excited as McDaniels throws. Another ball in the dirt and another nice stop by Eli McDaniels. I know big brother and little brother don't always get along, but big brother gonna owe little brother a snack after this. He saved him a lot on a lot of those pitches. 2-0 pitch stays up, ball 3. 3-0 count to the Whippets leadoff batter, Brooks Kewen. You know it's 3-0. Almost be tempted to give Kewen a green light right here. Shows you what I know, because that's ball 4. The Whippets will have the bases loaded with 2 outs and Reese Atkinson at the plate. That's the 5th walk issued by Wyatt McDaniels. Reese Atkinson today, he's reached on an error and he struck out. That was back in the first inning where he grounded it behind the bag at second base, and Cooper Golf got to it. A low throw to first base went awry and bounced up and hit Atkinson in the face. But right now, Whippets could use something through the infield. As Atkinson takes strike 1. Atkinson committed to play his college ball at Southern Miss. And he's just a junior, so Whippets will have him for 1 more year. 0-1 pitch, swinging strike 2, just not able to catch up to the fastball. Oh, good battle right here. Atkinson versus McDaniels. 2 guys going to go on to play college ball. Here's the 0-2. And able to stay alive. Caught just a piece of it and fouled it back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes to the Whippets' designated hitter. As Wyatt McDaniels stares down his younger brother to get the side, and he throws. Curveball, swinging, strike 3. big pitch there. 6 strikeouts for McDaniels. But the Whippets are able to tie the game. They get 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. It's 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Papa, where are you at?
Miles, I'm fixing to go flying.
Wait a minute, Papa. I can't go fishing, but you can go flying?
I guess you're right, Miles. If you can't go fishing, I can't go flying. We've got to get to selling some cars. And with rebates and discounts, never been better than today at Frank's Chevrolet GMC here in Kosciusko.
Shop us online at frankchevy.com.
Or come see us on Highway 35 North. Tell them Miles sent you. All right, Miles, you can go fishing now.
Papa, I got one and it's huge.
Frank Chevrolet GMC, Highway 35 North in Kosciusko.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Boswell Media Sports.
We're tied at 2 as Mooreville gets ready to come to bat in their half of the 4th inning as J.D. Cummins will still be on the bump for the Whippets. He'll face the bottom third of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Carson Hicks, Jet Hussey, and Carter Barefoot. For Whippets baseball, 4th innings here in the postseason, brought to you by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. Game number 1 of this series. We'll play game number 2 tomorrow back in Kosciusko. Back in Itala County. That's a 7 o'clock first pitch. And as we told you at the top of the broadcast, if you're a student, get out to the ball game. First 50 students tomorrow get in for free, courtesy of Farm Bureau agent James Metters. So get out there, make your presence known. I know we got the dads and the tailgate guys that sit out in right field, but we need a spot for you. Get out there and be loud for this Whippet Ball Club. Hopefully, they'll be trying to punch a ticket to the state championship. It's still anybody's ball game right now. But the left-hander, Carson Hicks, up at the plate. Hicks walked his first at bat. And comes inside, does J.D. for ball 1. Hicks, the second baseman. Rolls one to the right side. Filial plays it off a hop. A good fire over to first. It pulled Howard off the bag, but towards the plate, and he's able to tag the runner going by. So 1 out in the inning. And Jet Hussey, the right fielder, right-hander, he struck out his only other at bat back in the 2nd inning. Take a look at what J.D. has done pitching count-wise. That first pitch there goes low for ball 1. Swinging strike 2. Strike 1. Got a little ahead of myself there. Cummins at 66 pitches. One. There's your swinging strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, you have Carter Barefoot, number 9 hitter, 3rd baseman. Up and out. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's the 2-2, swinging strike 3. Dickerson Petroleum strikeout number 4 for the junior, J.D. Cummins. 2 outs in the inning, and it's Carter Barefoot. Barefoot grounded out to shortstop to end the 2nd inning. But he's a righty. Cummins gets ready for his first offering. You're going to step off the rubber there. He and Schuler not on the same page. JD gets into his motion and fooled it. Opened him with a curveball, and that's strike one. Remind you that you can find tonight's game on the Breezy 103 FM YouTube channel. So if you're listening there on Breezy 103 in your car, when you get home, go to YouTube. There's this ball, the pitch taken for strike two. Online audio video streams presented by Frank Chevrolet, Highway 35 North in Kosciusko. 0-2 pitch, and it is a foul ball off to the right side. We got a number of ways to listen in or watch the ball game, however you choose to do so. Appreciate you tuning in. I understand we have some Mooreville fans that are tuning in. My pal Sam, who's the PA announcer here, he shared the link out on some socials, so welcome into the Mooreville fans. Swinging strike three, it gets away from Schuler. They're going to have to throw down, and they get him on the drop third strike, and that will do it in the inning. Five strikeouts now. Mooreville retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. That's four complete. We're still tied at 2 between Kosciusko and Mooreville.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient, you're our neighbor and our priority.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson. I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's the top of the 5th inning from Mooreville. Kosciusko 2. The Troopers have 2. It'll be the heart of the order for the Whippets. 3, 4, and 5. Aiden Howard, Carson Filial, and Jackson Schuler will come to the plate. Howard's leading things off. He's got 2 plate appearances, but no at-bats. He's got 2 walks in the ball game. Playing that money ball. But Whippets would love it. Obviously love him getting on base. But love to get a leadoff batter on. Fifth innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by HelpHappensHere.com, the new service from Boswell Media. That's Wyatt McDaniels. Opens up with a curveball, taken for strike one. HelpHappensHere.com, an online directory of local contractors. Here's the 0-1, popped up high in the air. Hicks going out. He will make the catch. He and Hussey not on the same page, but Hicks able to stick with it. And he snow-coned that one. Oh, Whippets almost caught a break, but that'll be a fly out to second base, even though he was out there in shallow right field. I'll be honest, it never looked like Hicks was comfortable. It looked like the ball kept carrying on him. And, technically that would have been the center fielder's call. That would have been Floyd's call, but it was Hussey and Hicks were the 2 closest to it. As Carson Filial steps up to the plate, will take ball 1. He's walked and struck out so far, the Whippets' third baseman. Takes another ball low. Ball 2. Wyatt McDaniels approaching 95 pitches. That was pitch number 93 right there. I'm not sure how far they want him to go. There's a swinging strike 1. Filial able to call a piece of it. Obviously, they want McDaniels to go probably as far as he can, but I don't know if they have a pitch count they want him to get to. 2-1, ball hit in the air to center field, but right at Major Floyd. He has to take 3 steps to his right and pulls it down for the second out. It'll be up to Jackson Schuler. Schuler walked in the 4th and came around to score, but it wasn't him. It was Kenyon Weatherby came around to score. And he struck out in the 1st. So Weatherby scored on a single by Christian Thrash through the right side of the infield. Schuler hits one deep into center field, but right at Major Floyd. The Whippets are retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. A quick inning for Wyatt McDaniels in Mooreville as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Still knotted up at 2.
Feed, seed, clothing, decor, the everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Make your outdoors the great outdoors with the Atala County Co-op on Highway 12. Spring's here with veggies, flowers, hanging baskets, porch leaners, yard mats, balloons, and spinners. Plus baby chicks, live bait, and X-Tough Riptide sandals and cruisers for the season ahead.
Atala County Co-op.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
The bottom of the 5th inning, we're tied up here from Mooreville. 2-2. And it will be the top of the order coming to the plate. Well, if Mooreville's going to make a chance or make a run to try to break this tie, I think it would have to be right here with 1, 2, and 3. Major Floyd and then the brothers McDaniels. Here's something of note. Whippets are going to get I believe a Rowdy Roan down in right field. Going to be warming up. Right now he's just taking some stretches out there. That's been sort of the go-to. He's been the reliever for the Whippets on the season. But yeah, He'll take some warm-up tosses down in that, I would say, right field bullpen. There's really not a bullpen. You're just out in foul territory down the right field line. But Major Floyd at the plate 0 for 2, ground out and a pop-out. First pitch swinging, rolls it to the right. Smith is going to get it. He'll throw it away to first base. Good. Schuler was backing him up. And that'll be an error. It looked like Smith just rushed himself a little too much. But as it is, they had Smith playing closer to the bag at second, and that ball was actually hit into the gap closer to first. So Smith had to run a long way to get to it, and with the leadoff batter being the center fielder, you know he's got legs. And so, as I said, I think Smith just maybe rushed himself a little too much, but it'll be E4 to start it. And the dangerous Eli McDaniels at the plate. He was hit by a pitch, came around to score the tying run at 1-1. But he takes a curveball for a strike. Yeah, coming into the ball game, .469 average. Told you he led the team in 3 categories, or 4 technically. Average, hits, runs scored, and doubles. Excuse me, runs driven in, not runs scored. Pulls that one through the right side. It'll get the Thrash. They're going to send the runner to third base. It's cut off. Here's the throw. Going to be safe at third. So first and third, nobody out. We told you this was the inning if the Troopers were going to do something. taking the right side of the infield. Back-to-back hits in the exact same spot. Well, that's a single. And Wyatt McDaniels, the pitcher, at the plate. Nobody out. Wyatt McDaniels, he has singled and walked, so he's reached base every time he's been at the plate, and we're going to get a meeting on the mound. Coach McBride going to come out and talk to his pitcher to reset things here. Kosciusko, Mooreville tied it 2 apiece. Runners at first and third, and we are going to have a pitching change. Coach Mack taking no time in making the call to the bullpen for Rowdy Roan. So we will step aside for a break and then come back. We'll let Roan take his warm-up tosses as J.D. Cummins will get a round of applause and from the Whippet fans and from his teammates. But as it is, it's a pitching change, timeout, 2-2. Kosciusko Mooreville here in the 5th inning.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Hello, spring! And hello, Sullivan's Boutique. If your closet's ready for a little sunshine, you'll love the beautiful prints and fresh new styles arriving daily. From casual days to special spring celebrations, there's something waiting just for you. Shop in-store for that full boutique feel or browse anytime at shopsullivans.com. You'll even find beautiful E. Newton jewelry and trendy home decor to brighten up both you and your space. Plus, free local pickup when you order online. And don't forget, take 15% off online with code SPRING15. Sullivan's Boutique. Fresh style, fresh season.
Looking for more than just fuel? At Dickerson Petroleum Transportation and Services, we deliver, and it doesn't stop at the pump. Need tank installation or specialized solutions? We've got you covered from Mississippi to Alabama and Louisiana. And if you're searching for a rewarding career, ask about employment opportunities at Dickerson Petroleum. Hungry on the go? Swing by Kangaroo Crossing for a snack or a quick meal. Dickerson Petroleum. Let us fuel your success. Drive in or call us today, because with Dickerson, you get service that goes the extra mile.
Boswell Media Sports.
Rowdy Roan on to pitch for Kosciusko, coming in relief for J.D. Cummins. He's inheriting runners at first and third in a jam, a 2-2 ball game. Runners at first and third are Cummins' responsibility. So J.D. goes 4 innings. He gives up 4 hits for now, 2 earned runs. He walked 2 and he struck out 5. Roan has to face off against one of the better hitters, Mr. Baseball, Wyatt McDaniels. First pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Eli McDaniels at first base, Major Floyd at third base. So the catcher, Eli, going to run for himself. Strike 1 there, taken by Wyatt McDaniels. We'll give you the numbers on Rowdy Roan, what he has done here on the season, pitching-wise. Swinging strike 2. Rowdy Roan, 9 innings pitched on the season. He's given up 11 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned runs. He's walked 6, struck out 12. Low outside ball 2. Whippet fans know Roan well, as he's been the main reliever, and as we've talked about in the broadcast, he's got a different look. He's not quite sidearm. He ain't over the top neither. We like to call that 3/4 spot. So it's a little bit of a different angle the ball's coming from. 2-2 pitch. It's a little slow roller. Y'all will get it and go to first for the only play, and he does get the out, but Wyatt McDaniels does the job of bringing the run home. And that will be the go-ahead run, 3-2. Eli McDaniels takes second base. 1 out now. Give Wyatt the RBI on the fielder's choice. And you see the junior right there go and talk to the batter, Cooper Goff. Wyatt McDaniels walks and kind of does a little coaching right there, maybe talking to him about the odd arm delivery of Rowdy Roan. But Mooreville's taking a one-run lead here, 3-2 in their half of the fifth inning. Pitch low, ball one. Now Goff has a double and he struck out. He's one of those feast or famine. He showed some patience there, but early in this ball game he was swinging at everything he saw. A 1-0 pitch. There you go, right there. Another swing in, but that one's foul over towards the football field off to our right. So 1-1 count to the batter, Cooper Goff. Goff is one of two seniors in the lineup, as that one's low for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Major, Floyd, and Goff, the only 2 seniors. 2-1. Inside, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Can't quite close the book on J.D. Cummins just yet, as that runner at second base would still be his responsibility. But Rowdy Roan, just a sophomore. Ball will be lifted in the air to center field, but Goss had him played pretty well. Had him shaded left center and didn't have to make too far of a run. So that's out number 2. It'll be Ethan Cates coming up, and now we will have a courtesy runner, Grady Williams. Yeah, so now they want a little bit more speed out there at second base rather than let Eli McDaniels continue to run for himself. But he is the catcher, so you get that courtesy runner. Freshman Grady Williams. Looks like he's only used as a runner, as he has the only stats he has is 26 runs scored. Got a big lead out at second. Cates at the plate. Cates has a single and a run driven in on the evening. Takes ball 1. He also grounded out to shortstop. But Kosciusko trailing Mooreville 3-2. Top of the order. It's been as advertised for this Mooreville Trooper club. Curveball out of the zone for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Whippets trying to get out of this inning with no more damage done. Swinging strike 2. Strike 1. Ball pops away from Schuler, but Williams not able to advance. He had a decent lead. He got about halfway down the line. Not able to advance up on that one. So fortunate for the Whippets that runner stays out there at second base. So far, 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error for Kosciusko, 3 runs on 4 hits, and 1 error for the Troopers. There's a curved ball that's popped foul. 2-2. Farm Bureau foul ball. Close ball game here. It was a close ball game down in Collinsville, as we've been updating you on that South State Championship Series. As Poplarville got the win 1-0 over West Lauderdale. Winner of these 2 series going to meet in Pearl in 2 weeks for the 4A State Championship. Ball goes off the glove of Roan. It'll roll under Braxton Smith's glove into the outfield, and the run will come home to score. That'll be a single, and another run driven in for Cates. Just a perfect storm there for the Whippets as it went right back up the middle off the glove of Roan. Even if Truss or Smith is able to get to it, I don't think they're going to get Cates out at first base. However, they probably would have been able to keep that runner over at third. But as it was, it rolled past everybody, slowly into the outfield, and that speedy courtesy runner, Grady Williams, was running all the way. That'll bring up Dawson McMillan, the right-handed batting left fielder. He's 0 for 2, ground out and struck out. Fastball inside. Ball 1. So 4 to 2. 2 have come across in the inning for Mooreville. Sort of a half swing, and he got past Schuler, and Cates will be able to take second base. So it is a strike. I think Schuler maybe thought that it was a foul tip, but it appears it was not a foul, as it just rolled past him. So Cates down in scoring position now. It's a 1-1 count to the batter. Roan finds the strike zone there with a breaking ball. Ball 2 strikes. You close the book now on J.D. Cummings. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Pulled to the third base side. Filial stops it. Not able to scoop it up. That was one, he got it with his glove, and he came up to try to throw, but the ball just stayed in the dirt. So it'll be a runner at first base and second base. Carson Hicks up at the plate. Hicks, the left-hander, walked and grounded out. So big inning here for the Troopers. First pitch swinging, the lefty fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike. 4 to 2. The Troopers have taken the lead here in their half of the 5th inning. Pitch maybe just a little off the plate. For ball 1. That one's inside, ball 2. Two-one. But yeah, closing the book on Cummins. 4 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 5. Just 2 earned runs, however. So now it's Roans from here on out. Swinging strike 2. Good pitch there from Roan. Just kind of floated it in there past him. Whippets desperately need to get out of the inning. Two. Hit in the air to right field. Going to get down in front of Thrash. Runners coming home. It's overthrown. It will bring the run home, and that is a double for Dawson McMillan. Or I should say a single, and advances to second on the throw home. But either way, it is a run driven in, the 3rd of the inning, and Jet Hussey, who struck out twice tonight, at the plate. So runners at second and third. Kosciusko trailing at 5 to 2. Schuler taking some time here. Looks like maybe in a equipment issue. He's ready to go now. But the right-hander, Hussey, at the plate. Low. Ball one. Fifth innings for Whippets baseball, presented by HelpHappensHere.com. Whippets need some help. They need to get out of this inning. Try to stop the bleeding. Fastball. Called strike one. Green and white faithful thought it might have been a little up. But 1-1 pitch, that's called a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball gets away from the pitcher. The run's going to come home to score. Everything falling off for Kosciusko right now as McMillan is able to come home. That makes it 6-2. So as we said, Whippets just need to get out of the inning. So 4 runs now have come across. Swinging strike 3, and the Whippets do get the out that they need. However, for Mooreville in the inning, they get 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 1 man left on base. 4-3-2-1. How about that? Kosciusko trails it 6-2 as we go to the 6th inning.
Feed, seed, clothing, decor, the everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Make your outdoors the great outdoors with the Atala County Co-op on Highway 12. Spring's here with veggies, flowers, hanging baskets, porch leaners, yard mats, balloons, and spinners. Plus baby chicks, live bait, and X-Tough Riptide sandals and cruisers for the season ahead.
Atala County Co-op.
Shopping for car insurance is so confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help you choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
We start the 6th inning of play, and Kosciusko trails it 6-2. Mooreville able to put 4 runs across in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and they have a 4-run lead. Kosciusko will start things off with Brendan Truss. 6, 7, and 8 come to the plate. Brendan Truss, Christian Thrash, and Braxton Smith. Truss today, they gave him a hit on that bunt that I ruled an error. So technically, he's got a hit and a ground out. The official scorer gave him a hit, so I have to go back and make that note in my book, but that first pitch is a ball. And there, pitch number 2 bounces to the plate. 2-0. Wyatt McDaniels getting north of 100 pitches. That was pitch number 97. No, excuse me, that was pitch number 98. Swinging strike 1 to the batter Truss. 6th innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Central Tire Service. The ball's roped right back up the middle. It'll be a leadoff single for Brendan Truss. Hey, if you're going to get back into the ball game, you need stuff like that. Christian Thrash up at the plate. Thrash had a single and a run driven in his last at bat. He also struck out there in the second inning. Oh, Whippets going to need piece together some hits. You don't got to get them all back in one swing, but you got to start getting some dominoes to fall. As McDaniels tosses the ball over to first base. The lefty Thrash trying to find another one through the infield. The first pitch swinging, hits it foul over to the left. Farm Bureau foul ball for strike one. No balls, one strike to the batter. McDaniels with a quick throw over this time. Truss back in under the tag. And that's probably the first real pickoff move from Wyatt McDaniels tonight. Otherwise, he's just kind of been slowly throwing the ball over to first. But pitch will catch the outside corner for strike two. Truss faked like he was headed off second base, but ended up stopping, going back to the bag. Wyatt McDaniels is north of 100 pitches now. We'll throw to the plate. Ball's hit to the left side of the infield. Goff backhands it. Not going to be able to make a play. All right. That is borderline on whether that's going to be a hit or an error. I think probably ruled that a hit. No. They ruled that an error. Me and the score not on the same page this evening. They call that E6. Because even if he gets to that, I don't know if he's going to be able to throw Christian Thrash out at first base. Because that was deep in the hole at shortstop, and he had to backhand it. But, well, Whippets have runners at first and second, and Braxton Smith up at the plate. And he looks like he wants to bunt. Pops it up in the air, and it's caught by McDaniels. So the absolute worst case scenario there for the Whippets is that ball was bunted up into foul territory, and Eli McDaniels goes back and gets it. So now runners at first and second and one out, and Bradley Goss, the Whippets center fielder, at the plate. The left-hander tonight's 0 for 2. Popped out to third base and struck out. Looks at a curveball that comes in for a strike. Kosciusko trailing at 6-2 here in the sixth inning. Goss looks at another curveball in for a strike. Well, I think somebody is going to be confined to quarters, or somebody is not going to be happy. Somebody is being asked to leave the ball game. The home plate umpire is not having any of it. Somebody on the Whippet sideline gonna go watch this one from the vehicle. I'm not sure what was said, but whatever it was, home plate umpire was having none of it. So somebody, as I said, going to be escorted out of the ballpark. So, no balls, 2 strikes to the batter, Bradley Goss. Runners at first and second for the Whippets, 1 out. Wyatt McDaniels picks up his leg, fakes the throw back to second base. There's the 0-2 pitch. That one's inside for ball one. Oh, 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Bradley Goss, top of the order looming. Goss swinging strike 3. I think he got a piece of it, doesn't matter, as it fouled back into the glove of Eli McDaniels. That will be strikeout number 7 for Wyatt McDaniels. Might be all she wrote for Wyatt McDaniels. As we got a meeting on the mound, 2 outs. It'll be a situation of Whippets at the top of the order coming back up. Want to know if you want to leave a tired pitcher out there to face the Whippets top of the order. But to reset things, Kosciusko trails at 6-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. To Mooreville, 2 outs, runners at first and second. They got runners on. Truss led off with a single. And Thrash reached on an error. Then we had a pop-up and a strikeout. But we see that McDaniels is going to be left in at least to pitch this inning. I don't see anybody down in a bullpen for Mooreville. So at least for now, it's all McDaniels, the elder brother. Curveball inside, ball 1 to the batter, Brooks Kewen. Kewen 0 for 2 today. Struck out, grounded out, but he did reach on a walk in the 4th. Whippets need the top of the order to come through here. That pitch eye level, ball 2 with the fastball. 2-0. The count. McDaniels now is at 110 pitches. That one's low in the dirt. It's going to get away from Eli McDaniels. Everybody will be able to advance. So that makes it 3-0. And runners at second and third. We got a meeting on the umpires. I don't know what they might be meeting about. Only thing I could think of is if they're saying Brooks Kewen didn't get out of the way when Eli McDaniels was trying, but McDaniels ran behind him. I mean, I don't know what you expect Kewen to do there, because the ball went behind him. If Kewen backs out of the box, he backs into McDaniels. So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure what they were meeting about. But as it is, Whippets will have 2 runners at scoring position, a 3-0 count. First base open. We'll see what they do here. That'll be a called strike. So 3-1. Kewen's had a good postseason for the Whippets. Need that to continue right here. Here's the 3-1. And it is hit in the air to center field. Floyd on the run, but he'll be able to make the catch on the run, and that does it for the Whippets in the inning. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Kosciusko trailing at 6-2.
In every sport, the goal is to be the very best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We strive hard to make every policy, quote, and claim a highlight. Our goal is to be your MVP. That's your most valuable protection on auto, home, commercial, and life insurance needs. The championship service from your Alpha lineup is consistently improving to score you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Call us today at 662-289-1024 or stop by our office at 235 North Madison Street in Kosciusko and visit our team of Jennifer Bruce, Diane Edwards, or myself, Chris Coleman, and allow us the opportunity to take the insurance playing field with you. We want you on our team at Alpha, the Chris Coleman Agency in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko trailing at 6-2 as the Mooreville Troopers get ready to come to bat in their half of the 6th inning. They'll be looking for a couple of insurance runs, but they're up 4 on Kosciusko, and it will be number 9, 1, and 2 to come to the plate for the Troopers. Number 9 in the batting order is Carter Barefoot. He is the third baseman, struck out and grounded out today. Then back to the top of the order. Oh. Rowdy Roan in his first full inning of work as he came in relief in that big four-run 5th inning that Mooreville put up. The right-hander, as Barefoot tries to lay down a late bunt up the first baseline, he'll roll it foul. Sixth innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Central Tire Service. As Rowan delivers the 0-1. Called strike. Caught him on the inside corner. Oh, Rowan quickly ahead in the count. 0-2. That one's outside. Rolls past the catcher, Schuler. One ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Barefoot. Roan kicks and throws. Breaking ball up. 2-2. Top of the order. And Major Floyd awaiting after this. Ball will be hit to second base. Smith gets it. Sends it over to first for the out. 4-3 put up. And that's Major Floyd coming to the plate. And I have to ask a question here. Has Glenn Campbell always been his walk-up song? You know, I'm a former wedding DJ, radio DJ. I like to give the stadium DJs props. But right now, that was Southern Nights by Glenn Campbell. I'm not sure that's been his walk-up. Maybe they just play whatever they want to whenever batter comes. Maybe there's no set thing. But I don't think that might be the first time I heard some Southern Nights by Glenn Campbell. Floyd just stepped out. He kind of stepped out before he was granted time. But you have to be granted time. You don't just get to say it. The umpire has to give it to you. He ducks out of the way of that one. Ball 1. Yes, well, a lot of people don't realize that. You can't just say time and step out. The umpire has to give it to you. Because if you step out the box without the umpire granting time, and the pitcher throws it, it's a live ball. 1-0 pitch. Inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. We're going to get a visit to the mound here. Whippets pitching coach Wesley Dew going to walk out there, bring in his infield. But Kosciusko needs to hold serve right here. You're going to have who you want up in your half of the 7th. You're going to have 2, 3, and 4. Atkinson, Howard, Filial, as long as there's no pinch hitters or anything of the sort. That's what you're going to have. So if you're the Whippets, you want to keep it right here at a 4-run game. Still not going to be ideal going into the 7th inning down 4 runs. However, you'd like to keep it at just 4 if you're Kosciusko. Game number 2 for this one tomorrow night. They're in Kosciusko. So come out to the ballpark for that one. A 7 o'clock first pitch. Rain should be gone. There's some rain in the forecast early tomorrow, but tomorrow night looks like nice evening for some baseball. 2-0 pitch to Floyd. That time Roan's able to find the strike zone. It's amazing what happens when the pitching coach goes out there, gives them a good talk. 2-1. Popped up on the infield. Roan calling for it. He'll make the catch off to the right of the mound, and that is out number 2. Okay, so now we got Eli McDaniels coming to the plate. Eli McDaniels, and I will say, every time he's come to the plate, it's been Zach Top as his walk-up song. So I don't know what to ask Sam down there. Sam is the PA guy here. I'm going to talk to him. Roan opens him with a curveball. It comes in for a strike. But McDaniels singled and came around to score. Well, actually, he didn't score. They courtesy ran for him in the 5th, but he got hit by a pitch and came around to score in the 3rd. He's the freshman, younger of the two brothers, as he calls for time. Now, if you just look at him, you wouldn't think he's a freshman. He's big for a freshman. I mean, his brother's a junior. I think Eli might be a little bit bigger. 0-1 pitch is outside. Makes it 1-1. Kosciusko trailing at 6-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. There's the 1-1. That one came inside off the glove of Schuler. I thought it caught the batter, but looks like he's okay. Two one. The count to the lefty. Eli McDaniels. Once again, Roan taking his time here. Now he's into his windup. And he and Schuler not on the same page there. Well, went into his delivery, then stepped off the rubber. Now he's ready. And that one sailed on him, 3-1. Roan never looked comfortable right there after he stepped off the rubber. And as I said, that ball, you could tell he just kind of sailed off to the side there. But it's a 3-1 count to McDaniels. Comes inside, and that's ball 4. Well, 2-out walk. And that will be the first walk issued by Rowdy Roan. I believe it's just the 3rd. Yeah, it's just the 3rd tonight for Whippets pitching staff, as we're going to get Grady Williams back in to run for the catcher. His brothers talking to each other right there. Eli talking to his older brother, doing some coaching as he comes off of the playing field. First pitch to Wyatt McDaniels, in there for a strike. Roan, when he works from the stretch, lets that right arm hang down, as that one will roll outside and roll away from the catcher, Schuler. On a wild pitch, makes it 1-1. Williams able to advance over to second base. Wyatt McDaniels reached base safely twice. He singled and walked. He grounded into a fielder's choice at his last at bat, which brought a run home. As grounded the ball over to third base. Phil y'all threw it to first, and that was the only play he had. A run came home from third, as Roan has to take time here on the mound to take care of his shoelaces. 2 runs on 3 hits, 3 errors for Kosciusko. 6 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors for Mooreville. That pitch stays outside, ball 2. 2-1. I would assume they're probably going to let Wyatt McDaniels go back out and try to get the complete game. I've not seen anybody taking any warm-up pitches. As that ball is a fastball for a strike. Yeah, of course, I mean, they could always bring in somebody that's been in the field, so they wouldn't necessarily be taking warm-up pitches, but it might be a situation of let him go out there, and if one person gets on base, they go to a different guy. But with a 4-run lead, you might take your chances and let McDaniels try to finish this one. There's a chopper to third base, and it'll get to the left of the bag. Foul. Stick around for our Angel Albin McDonald State Farm post-game show. Be a quick wrap-up here from the ballpark as we got a late start and a long drive home, so we won't hang around too often or too long, as we'll try to pack up and head back south to Atala County. Whether or not we're coming back with a win or a loss depends on what happens the next half inning. Whippets got some work to do, trailing at 6-2. It's a 2-2 pitch to McDaniels. That's low, ball 3. They're going to try to get the runner at third base as he's able to scoot on over there. As he's quick, someone like that, Grady Williams, we told you, he's only been used as a runner. He's got 27 runs scored on the season. Doesn't have any at-bats, doesn't have any plate appearances. He's only used as a runner, but that means he's quick. And he showed it right there, getting down to third base on a ball that wasn't even really a pass ball. It just wasn't fielded cleanly behind home plate. Rowan wants Schuler to go through the signals again. And here's a 3-2. Outside, ball 4, and back-to-back 2-out walks. We'll put runners at the corners. Got the possum play going on here as Rowan's going to try to get the runner at home, and they cannot. As McDaniels did what he was coached to do, just keep running all the way to second. And I said, we call that the old possum play, as you try to get the runner in the rundown. And Williams, we've talked about his speed. You gave him a little bit, and he was able to come on home. So that makes it 7-2, and there's an insurance run for Mooreville, as we did get a courtesy runner. I believe is that Thompson that comes in to run out there? That's who's been running for the pitcher all night long. I would assume it didn't change now, but Ty Thompson will be out there at second base. And it is Cooper Goff who takes strike 1. Oh. No. 0-1 count to Goff. He's got a double today. Looks at that one upstairs. Makes it 1-1. Goff can get some innings on the mound. He pitched game 2 against Louisville. Well, I think we expect Carson Hicks to throw tomorrow. Ball hit in the air a long way to right field. That's going to get out of play. Oh, strike 2. Yeah. Hicks leads the team. Well, after tonight, it's McDaniels that has the most innings pitched, but coming into the ball game, the series, Hicks had the most innings pitched. So would expect to see him on the mound for game 2 tomorrow in Kosciusko. If the Whippets, or if this goes to a game 3, you might end up seeing a Cooper Goff, a Dawson McMillan, somebody like that go in a game 3. But Whippets have a lot to do to make that happen. That's a foul ball off the inside of the foot of Goff. It'll be still strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kosciusko trails by 5, 7-2. Bottom of the 6th inning, back-to-back 2-out walks. led to an extra run here in the inning. Roan sends one in. That ball's hit the third base side past a diving Filial. One run's going to score. Goff's headed for second base, and he'll be out at second. He'll give him the single and the run driven in, and that will make it 8-2 as we go to the final inning of play for the Troopers. 2 runs on just 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on base. We'll go to the top of the 7th inning. Kosciusko trailing at 8-2.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko with some work to do, down to its final 3 outs. They got to find a way. 6 would tie it, 7 would give them the lead. But 6 or 7 either way. Whippets are going to have to do something, and it's the 2, 3, and 4 batters. Reese Atkinson, Aiden Howard, and Carson Filial. And it will indeed be Wyatt McDaniels trotting back out to the mound to try to get this complete game. He's pitched a dandy so far. Coach Thompson going to let him go and try to get this one in. He still got some pop on that fastball, but Atkinson takes it for a ball inside. The 114 pitches. As that ball is pumped foul over to the first base side to be 1-1 the count. 7th innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by The Breakfast Show, most important show of the day. Curveball dropped in there outside. Ball 1. Atkinson today 0 for 3. Popped up right side of the infield, drifting back into the outfield. Now Hussey will call off everybody, and he'll pull it down for out number 1. Aiden Howard will be at the plate. Howard walked a couple of times and popped out to second base. Lefty Howard looks at one in the dirt for ball 1. Yeah, let's see. Wyatt McDaniels so far he's going 6 1/3. Fastball up for ball 2. 6 1/3, giving up just 3 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned run. He's walked 5 and struck out 9. Howard pulls one to the right off of a hop. Hicks plays it, will run and toss it over to first base for out number 2. Whippets down to their final out. It'll be up to Carson Filial to try to keep this one going. Filial tonight 0 for 2. Walked in the first, struck out and popped out. And it looks like that might be all she wrote for Wyatt McDaniels. It will. Maybe Coach Thompson wants him to get the old curtain call right here and let the Trooper fans, let him know he did a good job. It's one of those that, he's thinking, I don't know, maybe Wyatt McDaniels wins the argument and says he can stay in. I don't think so. I think they are going to bring him out. See if they bring in Golf, who it will be. And, McDaniels will get a nice round of applause. And I was correct. It will be Goff that they go to. So pitching change, timeout. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. Kosciusko down to its final out. They trail at 8-2.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
Cooper Goff going to come in and try to get one out as Kosciusko trails at 8-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. The book on Wyatt McDaniels, 6 2/3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, just one earned run. Walked 5, struck out 9, went 120 pitches. That must have been the pitch count right there. Tell you what Goff has done on the mound this season. Cooper Goff, 37 innings pitched, giving up 15 runs, walked 14, struck out 46. He got a 4-pitch lineup. Fastball sits at low 80s. He'll give you a curveball, a slider, and a changeup. From my scouting report. Carson Filial takes the first pitch fastball inside corner, strike 1. I told you Filial today 0 for 2. Pop out, strikeout, and a walk. That one's outside. Ball 1. That's low outside. Ball 2. 2-1. That one's outside. Ball 3. 3-1. I remember this about Cooper Goff last year in the state championship as there's 3-1 pitch. That's outside ball 4. So the Whippets get a 2-out base runner. It'll be obviously Goff's first walk. It is the 6th. But Goff wears the old Wild Thing Rick Vaughn glasses. Remember that I told you I did the championship series last year for the State Championships Network, Mooreville versus Seminary. And we made that notation that he's got I said the Wild Thing Rick Vaughn. As that pitch is low, ball 1 to Jackson Schuler. That one stays up, ball 2. Don't imagine the Whippets are going to be swinging at anything because Cooper Goff has not been able to find the strike zone very often. As Eli McDaniels will walk out there and talk to his pitcher. We should note on the defense, Wyatt McDaniels just went to shortstop. He and Goff just switched places. That's the only defensive change to talk about. Everybody else is still the same. So Eli McDaniels, I said, went out there and maybe calm down his pitcher. Goff, as Whippets at the rally caps on, 2-0. That's a strike. As Schuler checked the swing, but pitch was in there for a strike on the outside corner. Goff from the stretch. Ball will be chopped to third base. Goff gets it, turns around and throws, and they say safe. Safe at first base. Infield single for Jackson Schuler. Goff did a good job just to make that close. So that'll be a 2-out single. Whippets will have runners at first and second. And now Brendan Truss at the plate. Brendan Truss 2 for 3 and a couple of singles. He also grounded out, so putting the ball in play. So Kenyon Weatherby comes in to run for Schuler at first base. And Truss looks at ball 1 low. They're going to say not able to check the swing. As Truss got fooled on a curveball that kind of came inside. Maybe more of a slider with that one. 1-1. That'd be a slider right there. A swinging strike, too. Whippets down to their final strike. Everybody playing back now. As you'll hear the Mooreville fans come to their feet. A lot of cowbells, lots of noise. 1 ball, 2 strikes, swinging strike 3. And they say he did not foul it off, and that will do it. That does it for the Kosciusko Whippets here in the 7th. Mooreville gets the win 8-2, and they take a 1-0 series lead over the Whippets. Kosciusko will be playing for its season tomorrow back home at the Atala County Fairgrounds. We're going to step aside for an extended break, come back with a quick wrap-up, and we'll be headed home. But Kosciusko falls tonight 8-2.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Atala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Atala, you're not just a patient. You're our neighbor and our priority.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We know life has been busy and routines have changed for many. However, we do not want you to neglect your oral health. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra.
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome back into what is going to be a very quick Angel Albin McDonald State Farm postgame show. Kosciusko falls tonight 8-2 to Mooreville. The Troopers take a one-game lead here in the North State Championship Series. They can punch a ticket to the state championship tomorrow night. Kosciusko has to win tomorrow on its home turf to keep the season alive. But it was an outstanding performance by Wyatt McDaniels. He went 6 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, just 1 earned run. He walked 5, struck out 9. Cooper Goff comes in, pitches 1/3 of an inning, gives up 1 hit, walked 1, and struck out 1. So, looking at Kosciusko, J.D. Cummins on the mound, 4 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, just 2 earned runs. He walked 2, struck out 5. Rowdy Roan comes in, gets 2 innings of work, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 2, and struck out 1. For Kosciusko, 2 runs on 4 hits, 3 errors. For Mooreville, 8 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors. You had multiple hits by only one Whippet tonight. Brendan Truss. Brendan Truss goes 2 for 4. So Brendan Truss is going to be your Autumn Ridge Dental Player of the Game, going 2 for 4. You also got a hit and a run driven in by Christian Thrash. And the only other hit for the Whippets would have been from Jackson Schuler right there in the top of the 7th inning. So that is the tail of the tape right there. Kosciusko falls 8-2. And we'll be back in Kosciusko tomorrow night. Big thank you to Donald back in the studio, keeping us on the air. Thank you to Brother Doug Hubbard off to my right, keeping us up with the video stream. And, of course, a big thank you to everyone at Boswell Media Sports.